Are you making one of these 5 low vibe manifesting mistakes? Well, today I'm going to spill the beans and tell you all about these mistakes you might be making without even realizing it, which means this is a must view video for you if you are serious about getting what you want. What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen. I am a spiritual life and business coach, and I'd love to welcome you today to my YouTube channel. So this channel is where I create a brand new training for you every single week, which is all about up-leveling your life and living the very best kind of life that you possibly can. And I do that through the tools of mindset and manifestation. So if you are interested in up-leveling along with me, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So yes, today we are talking about low vibe manifesting mistakes. It occurred to me recently that I have done a few videos all about how to be high vibe, how to raise your vibe, how to change your vibration and your frequency, and all of that kind of stuff. But I've never told you about some of the manifesting mistakes you might be making right now that are actually dragging down your vibe and preventing you from getting what you want. Yes, it's true. Some of the things that you might be doing right now, even thinking that you're doing the right thing, are maybe not actually in your highest good. So that is exactly why I was inspired to put this training video together for you today. I want to prevent you from making these mistakes. And I know how important they are because I have made these mistakes in the past, you guys. Again, whenever I talk about this stuff on this channel, I never want to come across as some sort of guru that's always known the right thing to do. I have figured out this work. I have done this for a long time, and I have definitely made some manifesting mistakes along the way. So everything I do, I am aiming to help prevent you from falling into some of the same traps that I did. So if you're curious about what those low vibe mistakes might be, well, I'm about to get right into it. Then great, I'm going to get right into it. Okay, before we get started, let's talk for a moment about vibration. So I always want to make these videos as a good place to jump in no matter what your background might be when it comes to the law of attraction and to manifestation, which means I always have to back up a little bit and talk a little bit about the whole process so that I can help get everybody on board and up to speed with what I'm about to share. So today, what I really need to address is the law of vibration, which is one of the reasons why the law of attraction works. So basically, everything in the universe is vibrational in nature. We are all vibrational beings, meaning that if we go down to the subatomic level, we are actually just particles of matter that are vibrating around at a certain frequency. So everything is a vibration. That means you are a vibration. That means your phone is a vibration. That means this plant is a vibration. These things look solid to us, but they actually aren't really solid. The more you drill down, the more space we find, which is a complete paradox, but is actually totally true. So the law of vibration works with the law of attraction because things that are vibrating on the same level will attract each other in. And we will also, meanwhile, repel things that are not on the same frequency or vibrational match. So what we are trying to do with the law of attraction means like attracts like. And with the law of attraction through manifestation, we are trying to backwards hack our way into creating what we want by becoming a vibrational match for it. Now, that sounds super woo-woo and super out there, but you can relax. If you hang out here with me on this channel for a while, you'll start to understand that all of the tips I'm giving you for manifestation, they're not really about you sitting around in your house and humming or something like that. This is all really practical, psychological, neurological stuff that you can start to do that will make this change. So in a lot of manifestation schools, we talk about thinking good thoughts and having good feelings and manifesting from there. And yes, that stuff does work. But I teach a 360 degree model of manifestation, which means we are looking at your vibration on every single level. It's not just your thoughts and it's not just your feelings. It's also your words, your actions. It's the whole entire package, which is exactly why most manifesting teachers will not quite get you to where you want to go. They are only teaching you the surface level stuff and not the deeper stuff underneath. Okay, so with that all being said, now we can understand why the law of vibration is so important. And now that you understand how important it is, you might also see how important it is that you don't have a low vibration. Because if you are vibrating low, if you are not on the same level, the same frequency as where you want to go, then you are going to keep attracting the same things over and over again. And I know, again, this sounds super woo-woo, but rest assured the tips I'm going to give you today will be really practical. You're not going to have to feel confused about how to apply this stuff or what I'm actually meaning with these big concepts. I really like to break this stuff down so that everybody can understand what can be a really fluffy out there concept and really learn how to apply it in their own life. Okay, so with that all being explained, now let's get into the real reason why you're here today, which is learning about these 5 low vibe manifesting mistakes. Mistake number 1, you are waiting for the universe to bring you what you want. Okay, so again, I know that if you came here from the world of The Secret or something like that, you probably have put a lot of stock into the magic that the universe is going to create for you. And I know that a lot of times, and even myself in the past, I've explained manifestation as a way of you just coming to meet the universe halfway. So in a way, you are sitting around and waiting for your manifestation or goal to appear for you from the universe. And while that is a moderately useful way of explaining what's happening, I've actually started to think about this whole process in a slightly deeper, slightly more spiritual way. So the difference now between the way I used to explain it and the way I explain it now is that the new way is much more empowering and much more high vibe. And that is exactly why I think the old way of looking at this might just be low vibe enough to be keeping you from getting what you want. I should say that with any of these tips today, you might be doing this in a way that is still working for you, and all of the information I'm giving you today, of course, is up to you to take in what applies and to disregard the rest if it's not working for you. So I'm not meaning to ruffle any feathers or to tell you that you're doing something wrong, but I hope that some of the stuff that I'm giving you today might spark something inside of you that will in turn make something click and make you change your attitude, change your ideas about something, and therefore become more empowered about it and therefore create it or manifest it. So the new way I have of explaining how the universe works is going back to the idea of unity consciousness. So unity consciousness is the one element that I really rely on when it comes to explaining spirituality. And that really means we are all one consciousness. We are all source consciousness. We are walking around right now as humans on planet Earth, experiencing separation, experiencing being this weird human creature on this planet. But when we come down to a spiritual level, we are all actually part of the exact same thing. So I saw this explanation on TikTok and I'm going to steal it. And I'm sorry, I can't remember who I am stealing this from. But basically the way this person described it is that, you know, this is source consciousness. So this is all one being here. And currently on Earth, we are like this. So we are like little separate pieces looking like different individuals, looking like different humans on the planet. But when it comes down to it, we are all actually still part of this consciousness. And that means that when one person does something over here, it affects one person over here. And that actual explanation can explain so much about so many different things. So what does this have to do with manifestation? Okay, here's the thing. If you are sitting around at home right now thinking about your big goal, about the car, about the boyfriend, about the ring on your finger, whatever it might be, and you are waiting for the universe to come and bring it to you, you are missing the fact that you are the universe. So again, in this singular unity consciousness model, we are all source energy. We are all creation energy. We have the power to create everything. And that means if you're sitting around in your little human self waiting for something out here, you're missing the fact that it is actually already here. You are already the universe, okay? A lot of times in manifesting, we end up following right back into the same human low vibe low self-worth traps that we always have as humans. But it is really important to become more empowered, to become more confident, and to realize that you have so much more power over the situation. So again, if you are sitting around waiting for something to just appear for you, I'm going to guess that you are probably not doing all the things you can. You are probably not changing your beliefs. You are probably not working on your shadow. You are probably not challenging yourself to take a new course of action. And if you're not doing any of those things, yeah, sure, you might still manifest it, but you are not changing your vibration. You are not doing anything differently, and you are waiting for someone else to still come along and fix you. And as long as we are waiting for someone or something else to come along and fix us, we are stuck. We are remaining in victim mode, and we will never be able to change. So it is always up to you to give yourself permission to realize that you are the only one you really need. And it's time to stop putting so much stock into what the universe can do for you and start to get really excited about what you can do for you. Because again, you are the universe, my friend. Okay, so that is a very big, very deep sort of concept, but I really hope that that helps you to reframe something in your manifesting practice. And now for low vibe manifesting mistake number 2. This is when you get stuck in the wishing state. Instead of moving into the actual course of manifestation, you are just sitting around and thinking about what you want. So again, just to reassure you, this was me. For a very long time, I was pretty confused at the difference between manifesting something and just wishing and dreaming about it. So if you are falling into this category, you are definitely not alone. But it is a very subtle difference that can make such a big impact in your results. Okay, so this is how this works. When we're in a wishing state or a dreaming state, we are thinking about this thing, we have this vision in our mind, and we're kind of like, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great to have that money? Wouldn't it be great to have this relationship? Wouldn't it be great to have this car, or whatever it might be in your world? When it comes to manifesting, we need to move out of the dreaming state. That means you can still think about this and you can still enact that kind of dreamy mentality sometimes, but you have to couple that with a decision. Manifesting is about a decision. It is about going for something and knowing that it is going to happen. And a lot of times, many of us, we're still waiting for permission from reality before we let ourselves believe. And so manifestation is really all about believing until the reality shows up. But we've all been trained to do the opposite. We've been trained to think that I can't think I'm good at something until someone gives me an award. I can't think of myself as a high figure earner until I am a high figure earner. I can't think of myself as thin until I have lost this amount of weight. So again, when we are waiting for the outside world to confirm what we want, we are basically trapping ourselves in this never-ending cycle of never getting there. So I address a lot of this stuff in my identity shifting work. And if you're struggling with this, basically the short of it is you're going to have to give yourself permission to believe in something even when it's not true yet. And that sounds absolutely insane, but the truth is we believe all kinds of stuff that isn't actually true. In fact, most of the beliefs that we have about ourselves or about the world are not actually empirically true facts that could be proven in like a scientific book. Basically, the only thing that probably rules your day in and day out that is proven to be a fact is gravity. Everything else could completely be not what we think it is. For example, I mean, just think about the fact that we have a brain in our head and everything that we're taking in from the world around us is really just an electrical impulse being broadcast to this thing that lives inside our skull. We can't even actually see outside of our skull. Our eyes are just receptors that are interpreting data. So we have no way of knowing what actual reality looks like. We have no way of measuring what our version of reality looks like compared to someone else. And that just really means that we are just pretending and going along with it most of the time. And I know that's a pretty out there example, but it really is true. We believe in stuff that isn't true all the time. And what I'm just giving you permission to do right now is to start believing in the stuff that you want to be true as a way for it to actually come true. Again, I've got other videos about this. It's too long to get into right now, but really just start to play with this idea and start to decide on what you want. Okay, low vibe manifesting mistake number 3. This is when you are talking about I will do something. Someday I will do this. Someday I will have this. Someday this will happen, blah, blah, blah. Anytime we use the phrase I will or someday I will, we are basically just giving permission to our wish, to our manifestation, to continue to exist out there somewhere in the foggy future and not come into our actual reality. So this kind of hinges on what I was just saying. But most of us are so well trained to only believe in what is real that we have a really hard time taking this concept and running with it. But again, if you are the conscious creator of your reality and if you get to decide what the rules are, but all you need to do is decide those rules and believe in those rules before things are proven to you, then wouldn't you want to try that out at least? The thing is, we think I will means I am getting it. I'm going to have it. But because it is kind of wishy-washy and because it is kind of pushing things away, it is a really low vibe way of getting us stuck in this someday spiral where we're like, it's there, it's over there, it's still over there. And the more we move forward, it's still somewhere off in the distance in front of us. It never brings the wish into our current identity. It never brings our wish into our current timeline. It never actually shifts our reality to match that thing. It remains way out there. So I was just talking about how you need to give yourself permission to start believing in things that aren't actually true, because again, we believe in things that aren't actually true all the time. The same thing applies to this one. I know that we tend to want to say I will because we don't want to be too sure about something until it actually happens. But again, like I said, if you could write your reality into existence just by choosing the right words, wouldn't you want to try that? I suggest you try that. I suggest you stop future projecting your stuff and start bringing it into the present. And that means talking about it as if it has already happened. Yes, even before it has happened. Again, I know it sounds crazy. It's gonna make you feel crazy for a little bit. But when this stuff starts to work and when you start to see how this all fits together, you are going to be so glad you let go of that commitment that we all have to telling the truth and only believing in stuff that is real. Those things are not bad necessarily, but they are also keeping you stuck. So what do you want to be? Where you want to go, or do you want to stay stuck? So either one, pick your choice and go with it. Low vibe manifesting mistake number 4. This one is all about waiting for a sign, which doesn't that sound like fun? Doesn't that sound like something that could be harmless, that probably isn't getting in your way, something that might even be high vibe and getting you closer to what you want? Well, waiting for a sign might just be a big red flag that you are not as committed to your vision as you think you are. In fact, most of the time when I see somebody asking for a sign, what that really means is that they are not all in. We all have self-doubt. We are all going to have weak moments. We are all going to find it more difficult to believe in what we want on certain days than on others. That is all okay. That is all just part of the process. But what I'm talking about right now is this constant need to look for a sign. I see this all the time. I get messages from you guys that are like, you know, I really have this crush on this guy and, you know, I really want to see the sign and what does it mean? And every single time in this instance, they want me to tell them that because they saw this certain sign, that means this person is in love with them. And I can't tell you that. And actually, it probably isn't true. I have a whole rant about why you shouldn't be looking for someone specific to fall in love with you. And it really goes into this love mentality that a lot of girls have. And if you've never seen that video, you should go and watch it. I'll leave a link for that below. But the problem with this is that these people or this type of request is somebody trying to look for a sign to make the thing that they want to be real. They're not actually just waiting for the universe to send them a sign as a hey, what's up, or a hey, good job, or anything like that. We are trying to get, like, you know, a big neon glowing sign telling you what you want to hear. And that is not the way that signs work at all. Again, if you are needing for someone outside of yourself to tell you that you are worthy or deserving of what you want, or that the thing that you want is almost here, again, I would really question what your own belief structures are around your desire. Again, it's not that you can't get what you want if you're low on belief right now, but again, your belief is part of your vibration. It is part of the energy you're putting out into the world. And if you really don't believe that you can get what you want, well, that is exactly what you are creating in your life. So again, it is way more important for you to go in and do belief work, belief restructuring, through hypnosis, through affirmations, through journaling, through whatever you like. Way more important to do that stuff than it is to keep asking the universe to send you a sign. The other thing I find with signs is that people want a sign in a specific time, a specific sign, and then it doesn't show up, and then they just keep asking for it again and again and again until they get what they want. And again, that isn't really the universe telling you what you want, and it's kind of you manipulating that whole game instead of just learning to accept what comes to you. But again, the most important thing I want you to take away from this part is that your beliefs are what counts. You can keep asking for signs all you want, but if you still don't believe in yourself enough, you are still going to be trapped in this low vibe, non-manifesting area. So again, work on your stuff, work on what you can control, and leave the rest in the hands of the universe. Okay, my fifth and final low vibe manifesting mistake. This one is all about not taking action, which unfortunately is a rampant problem. And again, I always blame this on things like The Secret. Basically, any manifestation teacher or program or course or book that told you that you could just think about it, feel good, and it'll show up is not telling you the full entire truth. Again, I already sort of touched on this when I briefly explained my 365-degree approach to manifesting. Manifesting isn't just about your occasional good thought. It is about all of your thoughts. It is about your beliefs. It is about your words. And it is about your actions. And your actions really do speak loud and clear. For example, I always use this example for this one, but there are a lot of people out there who really want to lose weight or work on their health. But then when it comes down to it, when it comes down to the actual behaviors, they are not doing anything differently. They are not changing their diet, and they are not changing their physical output. And therefore, they are not creating the body that they really are dreaming about. And so that is really easy to see when it comes to weight loss, for example. But that might not be so easy to see when it comes to something like money or to a relationship. But again, if you haven't changed your actions in any way, you probably haven't changed anything. I'm just going to say this because your beliefs and your thoughts will create new behaviors. So if you have really done the subconscious reprogramming work, if you have trained yourself to shift your identity, if you have really worked on your beliefs to the point that they are rock solid, I guarantee that your actions will also change. So this is the part where someone's going to say, oh, but I don't want to take regular action. I want to take inspired action. All the manifesting books say to take inspired action, and I'm just waiting for my inspired action to come. So what I'm going to say to that is, inspired action is great. When you get that sudden ping or that sudden download and you're just super inspired to go do something, even though it might not make logical sense or maybe doesn't really even look like it's leading you towards what you want, by all means, do the action. Take that inspiration and run with it. But do not sit around and wait for just that one thing. In fact, I will say this, if you are waiting to have something happen in order for you to, take action and change something, I think you are just putting more time in between where you are now and what you want. There is no reason to wait. There is absolutely no reason for you to sit around and just wait, shrug your shoulders, give away all your power, and pretend that there's nothing you can do. There is always something you can do. And again, go back to thinking about your mindset. Go back to thinking about reprogramming your subconscious mind, doing your shadow work, doing all these things that we can do to get in alignment with our goals. Again, I'm talking about this action as being very important. There is always something you need to do. I can't tell you exactly what that's going to be, but the thing that you really need to know and get from what I'm saying to you right now is that our thoughts and our feelings drive our actions. And so if you have not changed your thoughts or your feelings, you are still vibrating on the same level. And that means you are not getting any closer to what you want. So in my way of explaining this, action isn't really the thing that is making something happen, but it is part of the equation, and it's part of the way to measure how much you have actually changed. At the end of the day, this whole process is about giving yourself permission to become someone new. And that means someone new on every level, inside, outside, from your words to your actions, to your beliefs, to your feelings. All of it can shift. All of it needs to shift for you to get what you want. That is when you truly change your vibration. That is when you can truly become a match to what you want. So again, I hope that this inspires you. Please don't sit around and wait. There is absolutely no reason for you to do that. And that's actually one of my biggest manifesting teacher pet peeves, by the way. So please don't make that mistake. Okay, so that is it for today's Manifesting Mistakes training video. I really hope that you enjoyed this. I really love putting these videos together for you, and I love to take this knowledge that you have probably heard 100 times over and give you that little extra twist that you might need to really make it make sense and to really let you take this and apply it to your life. Again, it does not do anyone any good to just sit around and read a book, put it away, and never change anything. My aim here with these training videos is to help you apply this stuff to your life. And when you actually apply these concepts to your life, that is when you can start to make the incredible changes you need to that will start to call in the life that you want. So with that all being said, I really hope that you enjoyed this training video today. If you liked this, please do me a favor and give it a like. If you want more like this, you can come on over to my site, and I have a free manifestation planner over there for you to grab for free. So be sure to come over and get yours today. I'll leave a link for that in the description box below. If you want to watch more, here's my latest upload right here. And other than that, I'll be back here in next week's training. So until then, happy manifesting, my friends. I love you so much and have an amazing week.